Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited. This is our first official YouTube video. If you are watching this, it means that this is our first official YouTube video and I'm so excited. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Deborah and I'm owner of Shush Beauty and Hainde Bote. Shush Beauty deals with natural hair and Hainde Bote deals with your wigs and your weaves, but we'll get into that in later videos. As you saw by the title of this video, we'll be discussing lace closures and lace frontals, the pros and the cons for each and which one would work best for you and your needs. Because most of the times people do come to me and say, Deborah, I need a wig, and then I ask them for the specifics, like, okay, do you need it to be a closure wig or a frontal wig? And they are very confused, like, what do you mean? So we will be discussing and we will be highlighting the pros and the cons between the two in this video. When a person asks you if you're looking for a closure and they're not being specific, this is what they actually mean. They mean the closure that measured 4 inches across and 4 inches down. This closure was actually the first that was introduced, the first closing that was introduced in order to replace the leave out, because originally we had to leave out our natural hair and by some miracle have it blend with the weave. So they then introduced the closure, which gave us a more natural finish to our wig, although over time we did learn how to customize it and have it look more natural than what it used to look like. A lot of people see frontals online and they look really great because frontals can look amazing, but the issue is if you're not really easy with hair or you're not very familiar with hair, normally what I suggest for beginners is to actually start with a closure wig. It's the easiest for you to start with. I'm going to refer to wigs. I do understand people still have weaves, but for the purpose of this video, I'll be discussing wigs. So it is easier for you to actually have a closure wig than it is to have a frontal wig. With the closure wig, you can just put it on. You don't have to worry about laying anything or laying your edges and all that. The only con to a closure is that you are a bit limited in the type of style that you can actually have. You can't exactly tie your hair back or have a few pigtails or a few cornrows like you have seen, and you can't have that white lace effect with a but you can still get a bit of variety with your closure depending on how you wear it. So normally a closure will allow you to have a middle part, a parting on the side or a parting on the other side, but depending on how your wig is constructed, you can always move your closure to the side and have a really deep side parting, etc. So by customizing, what we mean is that you still have to bleach your knots so that your roots gives you a more scalp-like appearance. If you can also use a foundation underneath to make it look more like your skin tone. And then we will also always advise you to have your lace plucked so that you don't have, I don't know if you can see, but you have like a line and just 2 humps. So if you can pluck the parting and then sort of pluck a bit of the hair to give you a more natural gradient. With our closures, you can request for it to be customized on your behalf, and then we will do that for you. Depends on the purpose of your wig. Sometimes people want a wig that they can just wear to work, or just a quick and easy wig. It's not really like an event wig, it's an everyday wig. I want to go run errands with it. I really don't have time to lay my edges or lay anything. Then I would always suggest go with a closure wig. For me personally, I've got a work wig that I wear to my 9 to 5. That's actually just a 16-inch wig that comes with a closure. All I do is in the morning, once I'm done, I just pop it on. Sometimes I even just pop it on in the car. As with the frontal wig, you might need a little, maybe 5 to 10 minutes to layer, to make sure it sits properly and etc. And I mean, 5 minutes in the morning is a long time. If I could snooze for 5 more minutes, if I could snooze for 10 more minutes, wow, I would. You can even sleep and dream in those 5 minutes. So that's the thing with the closures. And then we also have your lace frontal. This sister over here is the lace frontal, your white lace goddess. With this closure, it's much more expensive than the lace closure, but it will actually cover you from your ear all the way to your other ear. This baby here is more versatile in terms of the styles that you can actually wear. The lace frontal measures 13 inches across and 4 inches down. And in terms of the styles that you can wear, you can tie your hair up, you can have a little bun in the middle, you can have pigtails, you can have a bit of cornrows. You can really get away with a lot with your lace frontal. So you could actually be that girl who captions white lace on your status. And you know, for that you just need to have your closure, your frontal customized correctly, and that customized correctly is very important. if your frontal is bleached properly, if your frontal is plucked correctly, if it's cut properly and it is installed and laid well, then you can be white lacing all over your captions and you will just be popping and popping and popping. But if this is not done right, it could actually be tragic. You will ask you if you're looking for a lace frontal. This is what we mean. We mean this baby over here. And then there's another option that is not very popular in South Africa yet, but it is more popular in other parts of the world, which is your 5x5 lace closure. This is your 5x5 lace closure. I'm going to hold the normal closure, 4x4 closure next to it. I'm not sure if you can see the difference. I'd actually just overlap the two so you can see the one is slightly bigger. So this 5x5 lace closure that is slightly bigger will allow you to wear a lot more styles than just the normal lace closure. So you can have maybe a deeper parting, you can have you know, your middle parting. You can really play around with this. The thing is, for some people who know their hair and who explore hair, they're able to play around with the 5x5 lace closures, and really it can mimic your lace frontal. It's much easier to mimic a lace frontal with a 5x5 than it is to mimic with the 4x4. Also have to just follow the same protocol by bleaching your knots, customizing your hairline, and making sure that your parting is nice and customized and defined and it blends well with your skin. If you get those right, then you are good to go. There are suppliers who do make 6x6 closures, but unfortunately we don't have those. We don't offer those, and they're not very popular in South Africa either. And there are also suppliers who make 13x6 frontals, but also with those they are not very popular in South Africa. So as you can see, you've got your longer frontals, your shorter, your normal frontal, your normal closure, and then you've got your bigger closure that was recently introduced. So just to recap, we've got the 4x4 lace closures, which is easier for beginners. If you're a beginner, please just go for a lace closure. If you're not a beginner, if you're intermediate to a pro, you can go for your lace frontal. It also just depends on your lifestyle and what are your reasons for actually wanting the wig. There's also options with the closure where they make bigger closures now that can mimic a frontal without all the work that is involved with having a frontal. Alright, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I hope you found this information helpful. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on this video. And I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah!